Hi guys, it's Stargift Harakasha. So this video is going to be a very deep video for me. This is going to be the end of my series, and it's going to talk about my recent discovery of my patron. And so patron and matrons, I'm going to pre-assume that whoever's watching this isn't a beginner in the craft society. So we all know what they are. Of course, there's different information out there about how to obtain a matron or patron or what it is. So I only have my general rules based off the knowledge that I have obtained that I know about. So common things that I hear is, one, the gods choose you, you don't choose them. Like, we have no control or say over that, and that seems to be very universal. And I've read things on the internet, I've watched videos, I've read books, and this is like, if anything, when the topic of matron and patrons comes up, that is like number one. Like, doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what you did, the gods choose you, you don't choose them. Two, you may have a mono godhead. That means that you might have a god or goddess, and that's it. Like, just one, and that is, they asexually incarnated you. It is common that people will have two. They'll have a matron and a patron, a goddess head and a godhead. And those coupling pairs can be homosexual. It could be two goddesses or two gods that incarnate you. Some people will have a trifold. They might have three gods governing them, or they'll go as far as that 4 or 5. By the time you get to 5, I like to think and imagine that, like, these gods and goddesses had like a big ass orgy and made you, and they were just like, yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with that. Yeah, this show's alright. And something that I personally have come to discover is that everyone is, well, I won't say everyone, but I do believe that there are quite many pagans that have their own personal or individual unnamed or unknown god or goddess. And I know that kind of sounds fucking crazy. So guys, more experience, I've been in the craft for 10 years, so if you've been in it for like 15 or 20 years, don't be jumping on me. But this is just based off of personal experience of a very intense ritual that I participated in. And I actually asked an ancestor of mine to help me discover who I am. And in that ritual, I came before a goddess. She looked like a crone, but she didn't look old. Well, she looked old, but she had very long hair, some gray streaks. And her whole hair was like the entire stars. And she had a star in the middle of her head. And she was moving things around. And that was her duty. Like, in the universe, that is her job. That's what she does. She moves everything around and puts everything in place. And that was a vision. That vision was pretty intense. And like, I just kind of knew right then and there that that was me. That was my higher me. That was who I was. And I kind of had these messages that, that this goddess isn't known. Like, people don't know her. And if you really think about it, like, imagine, our ancestors, the ancient ones, they were dispersed in nomadic tribes. And I mean, even in India alone, there are thousands and thousands of god and goddesses, local gods and goddesses, that are not as popular as the main head ones in the pantheon. So I can imagine all the villages and tribes who had their own deities that they worship, that, all these powerful beings are just hidden. They're the hidden gods and goddesses. And a part of me thinks they prefer that way. They don't want to be They don't want, sorry, my daughter dropped my wine.